Good day, guys. What's up, guys? It's Main Man here, Double H Half Up here for another Q&A. Remember, to get your question answered, it's very simple. You head to the website halfhopefootballhut.com, halfhopefootballhut.com, and you put in your name, whatever. Actually, no, you put in your name, your email. You have to put in your email, and then you ask your question. Football question, non-football question, it doesn't matter. I will answer anything whatsoever. So let us get down in this deeply. From Pierre Richard Michel. Hello, HH. I would like to have your take on this topic. I was reading an article of the UEFA chief, Alexander Sheffrin, who said he would like to get a type of salary cap on wages to reduce this increasing gap that is getting wider between top clubs and smallers. I think it's been around 9 to 10 years since we've been on the financial fair play of Platini, who didn't work out all the gaps between the clubs. Never been that wide, and it's the same 4 to 5 clubs getting all the money and trophies and top players. What's your take on that? I mean, look, it's something that has to happen, but I'm not. To be honest, I'm not keeping my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up because they've been talking about this for so long. So little has been done. I just don't see it really happening. I don't see anything happening, anything changing, and I just don't see, because as I said again, for how many years has it been? How many years has it been since they said that they're going to change things, and nothing has happened. So I don't think Sheffrin will do anything different. I think it's all talk. PQ Disney, hey HH. If you could go back 20 years or ahead 20... Oh, sorry, this is... So I have read this. So this is from Mikey Boy. Hey, HH, what's your opinion on Americans saying American football is better than the real football? I think they are crazy. Anybody that says that is literally psycho. Completely and utterly psycho. So yeah, anybody that says that... American football is better than real football is. You're a psychopath. Football is the greatest sport in the world, so and that's a fact. It was proven. And from Mo, hello HH, loving the Q&As. Keep up the good work. Thank you. After seeing the game between France and Colombia and seeing how Colombia came back from 2-0 to win 3-2, how does that change your opinion on each of the teams? Does that change anything for you? Slightly. Only ever so slightly. I think for me, again, it's a friendly, so I don't really think it changes that much because you can't really read too much into friendlies. But I do think that maybe if France face a team that really runs well and plays a quick, fast, physically aggressive game, maybe they can handle it. And maybe this French team maybe is too young. Because I was watching ESPN FC, and I think Julien, who's like the French correspondent, he was saying that he doesn't think that France will do well. He feels that they're too young for this particular World Cup. And with regards to Colombia, I also thought Colombia will be strong. And I do believe, I'm not sure what I said in my group preview for the World Cup, I do see Colombia winning that group. Because, Poland, for me, look a bit iffy now. Senegal, you just never know. I think Colombia is a team that I'm pretty sure they're going to win that group. And who knows? Who knows how far they can go? I think if they win the group, I think they may face England or Belgium in the next round. But I think if Colombia have all of their players fit, you've got flipping Carlos back, you've got Cuadrado, you've got James Rodriguez, Falcao maybe actually be fit for this tournament. You've got Zapata back in defense. You've got all the other guys that plays with Barcelona. So they have a team. They have a really, really nice team. So I think, for me, Colombia, it's still the same, but maybe slightly better. My thoughts about them. Malachi, hello HH, what are your thoughts on Sebastian Veron? He was a decent central midfielder, very good passer, but maybe I think he was supposed to go into the next plateau and really take his football to the next level when he moved to United. That just didn't happen, unfortunately. So when he moved to United, he never really was able to really elevate his game to another level. Shane Schubert, if you pitted an 11 of the world's best centre-backs and full-backs against an 11 of the world's best wingers and forwards, who are you taking? So if you pitted, let me price this up. If you pitted an 11 of the world's best centre-backs and full-backs Um, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I think I'd take the centre backs and fullbacks. That's a really good question. I wanna actually, yeah, that's a really good question. Let me add this to that. That's a tough because I would say centre backs and fullbacks because a lot of centre backs and fullbacks, and by fullbacks, I think you could also talk about wing backs as well. So that's it. If fullbacks can also talk about wing backs as well, I think that first of all they'll be able to do the defending well, and they can score because there are a lot of defenders like Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, people like Alexandro that can actually score goals. Whereas for the forwards and wingers, amazing going forward. How good are they at defending? Because you see, you never said midfield. You just said wingers and forwards. And I do not know many wingers or forwards who can score. So sorry, I don't know many wingers and forwards who can defend, but I know a lot of centre backs and fullbacks who can score. So by that virtue, I'm going to take centre backs and fullbacks. But yeah, that's a very, very clever question, man. Thanks for that. From Timo Schumacher, a German guy. Guten Tag. Hi, HH. My name is Timo, and I'm from Germany. Guten Tag, Guten Tag. Can you explain what is all about the Jollof war between Ghana and Nigeria? I see this often on social media, but I don't know the reason behind it. Thanks. Alright, so let's just break this down. So, Jollof rice. Now, first of all, I'm not sure where it originated from. I believe it originated from Nigeria, but Ghanaians will say it originated from Ghana. Jollof rice is literally the most popular meal in West Africa, and it is the most popular meal in Ghana and Nigeria. Like literally, it's like the thing that defines our culture. And the thing about this is that the two countries in the entire world that make the best jollof rice are Ghana and Nigeria. And Nigerians believe that they make the best jollof rice. Ghanaians believe that they make the best jollof rice. And in my opinion, Nigerian jollof rice is better because it has a stronger, tougher, deeper taste than the Ghanaians, which has a much more lighter taste in comparison to Nigeria. And I think the reason why there's such a strong one is because it is such a famous meal. It's such a famous cuisine that is now beginning to really become exported and taken upon by other people. Because I think even the Portuguese have a variation of it as well. So because of that, we are at war. A friendly war, but we are at war to say, no, this is the country that claims it. So basically, we're just trying to find out, when you think of jollof rice, which is the country that food should be 100% associated with. So that is why there is this war, because Ghanaians will say, no, Ghanaian jollof rice is the best. But Nigerians will say, no, Nigerian jollof rice is the best. Nigerian jollof is the best. All right. Thanks for the question, man. From Fine Boy. It's probably Nigerian. Who do you think will battle for the Ballon d'Or when Messi and Cristiano have retired? If I was to pick three guys, definitely Neymar. See, Pogba, it's iffy. Pogba is iffy. I'm even saying that. I think I like that one. Pogba is iffy. But definitely Neymar. I would say Asensio. I'd really say Asensio. I really think Asensio can be one to watch, and I'll say Dembele. I think those are the ones that I have fully confidence with, because I'm just not sure about Pogba. I think Pogba is a player where, I think if Pogba leaves United and he goes to an environment where he can show him his best, then definitely Neymar, Pogba, then perhaps Dembele. But yeah, I think that's one that I should maybe think about more. So I think off the top of my head, Neymar. As of now, if you just ask me now, who I think will battle for us in the future, Neymar, Dembele, and Asensio. All right. What are we doing here? Chicken Fingers. Hello, HH. What do you think of VAR being present at the World Cup? I personally have always thought the game is more interesting and with controversy, like Garcia's goal versus Chelsea in 2005. So it's only fun when it doesn't happen against your team. What are your thoughts on this piece? I don't want VAR unless it works. Key thing, and it's quick. It has to be quick and fast, and it has to work. If it's not those two things, I don't want it. Let's just stick to what we have. I do not want a case where you're waiting for like flipping 10 years during a World Cup game for a decision. That is completely and utterly ridiculous, but for me. Nicholas from Trinidad. Hey, HH, can you tell me about your views on conspiracy things and conspiracy theories and ones that make sense to you if you believed in them? Oh, cool. That's interesting. A conspiracy theory. I don't believe that they landed on the moon. That's one I definitely believe. That's a conspiracy that I believe. I don't believe that those guys landed on the moon. I just think that maybe something happened. And when you just think about the whole thing of like the wind and all that kind of stuff, you're like, okay, maybe it was in a studio. Watch Capricorn 1. Watch the film Capricorn 1. Another one is JFK. I believe that was definitely a CIA job. I don't believe that was a one-man job. I believe that, there was definitely a lot more shooters involved, and I think Lee Harvey Oswald was connected with the CIA. Again, watch JFK by Oliver Stone. So I think those are the two conspiracy theories that come to mind. Yeah, thanks, man. Name Joker. Hiya, Half Up. I don't know if this was before your time, but what are your thoughts on the Barcelona Dream Team under Johan Cruyff in the 90s, and where you rank them in the best teams of all time? That may have been slightly before my time, but I do know of them. And again, remember, this was the team that really brought in that whole total football that Cruyff pretty much manifested and helped to cultivate back in the 70s, the mid-70s. And I think they are definitely up there in one of the best teams. But greatest teams, for me, I think that Ajax team of 1995, if we're keeping things Dutch with Cruyff. But I think that they're definitely, you say maybe top 10 for sure, top 10. Right. From Drogba. Hey, HH, I was thinking one day about the situation of Icardi and Dybala for the Argentine national team. Wouldn't it have been better if they chose to represent Italy instead, which would be possible due to them both having Italian ancestry? I personally think this would be great because they have played in Syria for a long time and would get well with the other Italian players like Leo Messi and co, who seem not to want to have them both. Hindsight. Like, if Icardi and Dybala, like many years ago, before they had any caps for Argentina at senior level, could look into the future and see this situation, then yes, they would have been like, yeah, mate, let's just play for Italy, screw this. But it is what it is. They've already played for Argentina. They can't play for any other team now. And they're pretty much screwed, and they're just in a very, very unfortunate, unfair situation where they do deserve to be in the team. They will perform better than a lot of the other clans in that team, but because of certain situations, they're not allowed to. So it's all about hindsight, It's all about hindsight. Teach. I'd like to know, hey, what's up, man? I know this dude. Teach. Was it Teague or Teach? I'd like to know, if you were a manager and knew you could get 10 prime years out of Ronaldo or Dino, which one would you sign and build your team around? Also, who do you prefer between George Hill and Money Carrier? I get it. I'm sorry, I'm going with, as much as I love Dino, I'd say Ronaldo. That's it. The key thing is that he said prime years, because remember, Ronaldo, first of all, I'll get goals from him. I'll also be able to get a thing of where he can actually create for other guys. Because remember, Ronaldo was actually a very good creator because he was a dribbler, a very smart player. So if it's 10 prime years, I'm rolling with Ronaldo because I think that he would be able to give my team goals and assists. Because we never know how Ronaldo could have evolved. Look at how Messi evolved from a dribbler to a goal scorer and a creator to now a flipping playmaker. If Ronaldo never had his injury, who knows how he would have evolved and gotten even better. People forget how young he was in flipping 2002. It was only like 25. Come on, bro. Between Joe Tiller and Molly Karim, this is tough, man. This is tough. But if I had to choose, in terms of look, I'm rolling with Molly Karim. In terms of knowledge, who would I be able to really talk with and get along with? I'd say Joy Taylor. I think she's got a very interesting personality, But overall, man, Molly Karim, she's got that whole exotic thing going, man. So look, man, I gotta go with that. All right, Mark Rashford. Super League, Premier League top four, La Liga top four, Bundesliga top four, Serie A top four, League on top four versus each other weekly. I bet you an English side won't make top four. I think Man City and Liverpool might. City and Liverpool it would top. I think City and Liverpool would really give you guys a run for their money. That one, So, Gab Barrow, question for your next show, WH. Hope you can share your opinion. In which order would you rate Dybala, Coutinho, and Isco? And also, how would you rank Portugal, Argentina, and Belgium? So rating Dybala, Coutinho, and Isco in what order? I'd go Isco, Dybala, Coutinho. Isco, Dybala, Coutinho. That's how I'm rolling. Portugal, Argentina, Belgium. I would go Portugal, Belgium, Argentina. I think Portugal as a team are just a lot stronger. I think that Euro win has really made them a team to really be feared. Belgium, based purely on talent, and Argentina are a flipping mess and only rely on one man. Ben Joel, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but why is it that you rate Victor Moses so highly? He's one of the worst footballers I've ever had the displeasure of watching at Chelsea. If he's that good for Nigeria, surely there shouldn't be much of a drop off in quality, if any. It's very simple, and I do rest. Look, well, it's fine. I respect your viewpoint there, and I think the thing about this is that you have to understand there is a huge difference between being an attacking winger and a wing back for Antonio Conte. Because for Nigeria, Moses is seen as the best player. He's seen as the attacking player and is given far more freedom to really express himself. And he's played as an attacking inside forward winger who's really allowed to really drive our players and really dribble and really create things. At Conte and for Chelsea, he's given a very specific restrictive instruction, which is pretty much to be a wing back who spreads the width and tries to cross balls in, and he's not really allowed to really move forward, allowed to dribble, and really allowed to express himself, because Conte, again, he's a pragmatist. He's not an attacking minded coach, and I think Moses works better in a team that is very attacking, very expressive, and wants to move forward. So I just think that, again, he may have looked good last season, but even last season I said, okay, fair enough, he's great, but that's not his position. That is not Moses at his best. I think Moses at his best is a guy who's really allowed to really attack and really express himself as the very free-flowing footballer that he is. So yeah, that's my take. But yeah, fair enough. Oh Lord, Machine Elf. Oh God. Hey HH, Machine Elf here. Yeah, I know who you are. My question is, how can you rate Messi as the greatest club footballer of all time when he's living in the same era as someone, Cristiano Ronaldo, who has surpassed him in all the major accolades, whether it be individual or collective Champions Leagues, and managed to do so with several different outfits: Sporting, United, Real Madrid, Portugal versus Messi's one. Cristiano started in the Champions League, the greatest and most important competition at club level, make Messi look like, in the words of the great Charlie Sheen, a droppy-eyed, armless child. Damn. Yet you, and to be fair, others keep raving on about this greatest club footballer business. Care to comment? It's very simple, and this is what I said in the Hangouts. It's the eye test. I don't use stats. I don't use goals or assists. I look at what a player does, what Messi does over 90 minutes. How he affects the game over 90 minutes is greater than any club football player has done, because he's been doing this for the best part of a decade. So it is assists, it is his dribbling, his playmaking, his goal scoring, his free kicks, and the way he literally... Do you understand what it means where you're literally carrying a team? You're the playmaker of the team. Everything goes through you. You are defining how a team plays. There are 3-4 guys who gets put on you. So that's why, for me, he's the best club football player of all time. Football player, not goal scorer, football player. Dylan Holmes. Do you think City have fluked the Premier League this season? Nope. They are so bad, and in my opinion, Liverpool don't deserve to be 18 points behind them. Yes, they do. And they are a far more effective and better team. And also, do you think Liverpool can win the Champions League? They're the best attacking team in Europe, in my opinion. Okay, you're crazy. The best attacking team in Europe is still Real Madrid, and the best attacking player is still Lionel Messi. So relax. And City deserve to win the Premier League because that's what the mathematics said. They've played amazing football this season. Liverpool are 18 points behind because maybe they did well against City and were unlucky against City at the Etihad. It's about how you do against other teams. The very fact that Liverpool have been much worse against other teams than City have done means that City deserve to be flipping 18 points ahead of them. Simple as that. So it's not complicated. Pablo, hi HH, I have 3 questions. Who was a player tougher to take the ball from? Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldinho, or Zidane? I think it's a toss-up between Ronaldo or Messi. It's a toss-up between Ronaldo or Messi, but I will say Ronaldo because he was stronger. So because he was stronger and tougher, it was all I had to really get into. And who do you think is a more iconic Real Madrid player, Casillas or Raul? Raul, for sure. Raul, when I think of Real Madrid, the first player I think of is Raul. Do you think Guti was one of the best midfielders of all time? Nope. Good midfielder, decent, but definitely not one of the best, no. From Matt. Hi HH, been watching the Hot since the Euros, thank you. Would you agree that Batistuta was the Argentine equivalent of Shearer? Yes. One of the best strikers I've ever seen in my life, Batistuta. In that they were both prevalent goal scorers for club and country, but lacked the tier 1 team around them to win the Champions League or World Cup. Yeah, for me, I think definitely Shearer and Batistuta for their generations. Oh yeah, they played in the same game. Were definitely one of the best strikers of their generation. I think Batistuta, you put Batistuta in a team, a top quality team. I mean, if Batistuta was in that AC Milan team or was for Real Madrid, my gosh, what the things he could have done. Batistuta was a terminator of a striker. Manfred Gunza. Where would you rank City's 3-0 loss to Liverpool with some of Pep's worst Champions League losses, namely 3-0 to Barca and 0-4 to Madrid? I think I would say it's one of his worst. To be honest, I think his worst was the loss to Barcelona away from home when he played through the back. That was, in my opinion, his worst loss of his career because it was such a crap tactic and they were so badly outplayed and he got it so wrong that I think that is definitely the worst. But I think, this one was pretty bad for sure. Yared. Hey, HH, I don't know if you heard about this, but recently the Victoria and Albert Museum in London issued a statement about various treasures that the UK had stolen from Ethiopia hundreds of years ago, saying that they will be returned by long-term loan. As an Ethiopian, I find it extremely disrespectful and believe they should rightfully be returned to the country on a permanent basis. What are your thoughts? I am starting a campaign. I'm probably going to start like a change.org campaign or something, and I'm maybe going to be posting it out there. And my campaign is for all the museums to send those artifacts back to where they're from. Because at the end of the day, they are stolen. They are stolen. It's not your property. Because this is not a case of like, oh, well, if you send them back, they would not be preserved or so what. That doesn't matter. It's as if I take your own laptop and I ask for it back. And I have no way of keeping it. And I say, nope, I'm not going to give the laptop back to you because you will not keep it in a proper condition. Who cares? It's not my laptop. So even if you wreck it on whatever, it's not mine. It's yours. You can do with it whatever you want. And it may pain me to see you wreck the laptop if I give it back to you. But at the end of the day, I stole it from you. It's not mine. I mean, possessions. Because if it was switched now, if, let's say, we now stole the crown jewels or specific items from the royal family and I kept it now, do you think England will say, oh, can we have it back on loan? No, they would want it back. So I am starting a campaign to say all the museums should send back all the artifacts that were stolen from the Benin Kingdom, from Ethiopia, and so much. For me, I just think that is extremely, extremely rude. So yeah, I feel serious about that. Pimp Juice. Where does the 2010 Ghana team that almost made the semi-finals rank among all-time African teams at the World Cup? Nowhere close. For me, nowhere close. Penalties. They were a good team, but for me, the 94 Nigeria team was better. The 98 Nigeria team was better. The Drogba, Toure, Ivory Coast boys of 2006 World Cup were better. The Cameroon team of 1990 were better. So those guys, for me, they don't rank anywhere near those African teams. And the Egyptian team that won 3 African Nations Cups in a row were better as well. Max Okundov, what's up, bro? My question for this week is, who would you rather have as a main striker for a season? Yakubu or Kisling? Kisling. I'd rather have Kisling. Say, what are your thoughts on potential Martial Bale ASAP deal? Mourinho and Martial seem completely incompatible, and maybe a more experienced player like Bale would be more favorable. Zidane is also well-known Martial fan, has been reported that he's interested in signing him. With Benzema's sharp decline, surely Martial should be a serious option to succeed him. Yes, that would work. Martial would work very well for Real Madrid because Martial is such a stud and amazing player. And I think Bale, because he's an impact player, it would fit very well with Mourinho's psychology. I think this is from PQ Disney again. Hey, HH. A couple of weeks ago, you got a question about the GTA series. I wanted to ask why you didn't like GTA 5 and what are your expectations for the next GTA should it release. GTA 5, I didn't like it because of the black character. Very stereotypical, very rude, and I'm not going to be choosing a black character that pretty much just acts like a thug. And I always said that, why don't you make a white character who thinks he's black in the game, and a black character who's a guy in a suit, rich and much more of like a sophisticated gangster. Throw things up. I think it was far too stereotypical for me. And for the next GTA, I wanted to really expand the whole online world. And really maybe where you can actually take a plane, go to different continents, different things. And I think what I wanted to do is really make fully refine an online experience where you can really interact with guys in an online thing. I think that is where they need to go. Last question, James Dimbado. Hey, HH, 2 short questions for you this week. 1, if Pochettino and the Wenger swap jobs, who do you think would finish higher, Tottenham or Arsenal? Arsenal under Pochettino. I think they would finish higher because Pochettino is a better coach than Wenger. 2, who is your favorite video game hero and villain of all time? Mines are Mario and Dr. Eggman due to their longevity and personality. Favorite hero is Half-Hope Shepard from the Mass Effect series. Favorite villain has to be Kane from the Soul River series, an absolutely amazing villain. Guys, it's been swell. We just made this bit before this, my 20 minutes timer cut off. So for if one of your question answered, it's very simple. Head to the website halfhopefootballhot.com, halfhopefootballhot.com, and I will answer your question straight right there. Peace out, stay true, and stay black. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Half of Football Hot patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hot, for more analysis. Peace.